Gusto niya lang daw kasi gulo.
Eh magulo na tayo eh.
Resign all.
Magulo na talaga eh. Ang resign all, well, hindi naman resign all ang panawagan namin. Pinapanawagan lang namin mag-resign si Marcos at si Duterte. Para sa amin, yun ang magpapatigil sa gulo. Kasi
Resign both.
ano ba yung resign both? O ano ba ang gulo ngayon? Eh yung gulo natin, yung awayan ng Marcos at Duterte. Yung gulo natin, yung pagnanakaw na ginagawa ng dalawang political dynasty na ito. Eh gusto ba natin matigil yan? Eh tingin namin, the solution to that is to remove them from power. At magkaroon tayo ng bagong gobyerno, magkaroon eventually ng bagong halalan na mas makakapaghalal tayo ng mas matinong mga mamumuno sa atin.
Anong
Yun ang
scenario nyo? Kasi
solusyon sa
may line of
gulo.
succession eh. May line of succession eh. So anong option nyo? Let's say matanggal yung dalawa via impeachment.
Ang pinopropose naming um, formula, edi matatanggal ang kung sakaling mag-resign, ma-impeach o mapatalsik si Marcos at Duterte, ang papalit under the Constitution will be the Senate President. Pero ang nais namin, hindi lang simpleng papalit siya at mag-election na naman and then tatakbo din na naman yung mga dating tumatakbo na nagnanakaw sa atin. Ang proposal namin, magkaroon ng isang transition government, a transition council for accountability and reform
Okay.
na
Pero,
magiging katuwang ng constitutional successor sa pagpapasok ng mga reforms na matagal na nating hinihiling, as well as panagutin itong mga nangurakot sa atin, and then paghandaan ang isang hopefully mas malinis at credible na eleksyon.
okay.
Uh,
Teddy, yung option ninyo, no? Mga transition council or transition government that would help with the constitutional success kung sakali matanggal yung dalawa. Is that even constitutional? And how would you reconcile that with the fact that you're following what is in the Constitution in terms of removing the two top officials via impeachment?
it is constitutional but it is creative. Kasi
What do you mean?
constitutional siya dahil susundin mo yung succession eh. So, in
Ay,
this
yung
case,
transition.
the Senate President will be the President. And then he can form a transition council through executive order. And then the transition council can now draw up a list of legislations na itutulak kasama ng mamamayan sa Senado. Probably yung anti-dynasty bill, yung reform ng party list system, reform of the electoral laws, uh, and other reforms na kinakailangan. Ngayon, yung time frame, tingin namin na time frame would be extended probably by a year. So mga 1 or 2 years ang pwedeng mangyari yan. And then, mag-hold ng elections. So it is constitutional, pero may mga bagay na wala sa konstitusyon na isasama ka into the mix para magkaroon naman ng makabuluhang pagbabago kahit papaano. Kasi
Okay.
otherwise,
Ito lang.
kung purely constitutional, papalit si Soto, and then by 2028, sino tatakbo? Eh di Marcos at
Okay.
Duterte pa rin.
Ano ka lang,
Eh di, nasa
Daddy,
tayo.
yeah. I get your point. Pero i-reality check ko lang, no? Okay. Ito yung unang reality check. Okay. Let's say unang umusad yung impeachment ni President Marcos or sabihin nating sabay for some reason. Pero siya natanggal. Okay? Pero yung ibang mga senador, lalo't nag-iiba na yung hangin o klima ng politika, teka, i-acquit natin si BP. That's one option, di ba? Sigurado yan. You can never underestimate the guile, the cunning of these political figures. That's one. Okay, number two. Sige, sagutin mo yan after. Ito yung number two. Yung time frame na binabanggit mo, 2026 na tayo, before you know it, patapos na yung 2026, 2027. Actually, by this year, nakatutok na yung mga tao sa 2028. I mean, how much time are you actually entertaining to be able to achieve all these things in your calendar? Tapos, kamukat-mukat natin, 2028 na eh. Hindi pa tayo nag-intay.
Unang-una, kung babalansehin natin yung balance of forces, mas malamang ang ma-impeach si Sara Duterte kaysa sa si Marcos.
Talaga.
I mean,
You still believe that?
Sara Duterte was already impeached last year.
Yeah. Pero
Oh,
mas
ano bang
mahina ngayon yung
ano bang
Congress.
usapin sa House?
Yeah.
Hindi, let's be realistic. Ano bang pinag-uusapan sa House? Pera-pera 'yan eh.
Pero ito yung
I'll stop
problema.
there. I'll stop
I
there.
know what you mean, no?
Ah,
Pero ang point ko rito kasi,
I'll stop there.
ma-
But
ma-
and
mas,
you know,
pero mas vulnerable ang mga congressman ngayon at saka yung Kongreso as an institution, the House of Representatives. Kasi unang-unang tanong sa inyo, anong kayo nyo
ang
mag-impeach? Eh, kayo mismo indicted.
congressmen are congressmen. They speak the same language. And you know what language is that? So, may ilang taon pa si Pangulong Marcos as president.
The
So,
power of the incumbent, you mean?
yan yung mga ganyan. And then, so may iba pang factors dyan na not necessarily agad-agad natin makikita. Pero I
Okay.
think it is a small possibility na si Marcos ay mai-impeach at si Sara ay matitira. Ah, parang it is medyo ano yan, not a probable scenario. But
Sa reading ninyo.
in any case, we will see. I mean, ang problema lang nga hindi nga nire-receive yung aming complaint eh.
Let's
Nasa
see,
step
baka
1
naman,
pa lang nga kami, hirap na kami. I don't know if on Monday malamang i-fast track itong isang complaint na mahina eh. Doon pa
tingnan
lang.
natin. Masyadong garapal naman yun kung mangyari yan.
Ay, well,
Babantayan natin.
sana naman hindi.
Oh.
Pero ibig sabihin, we will see what will happen. Pero I think whatever is the possible outcome, ang basic dito, panawagan kasi natin mula pa ng isang taon, lahat ng sangkot dapat managot. And we think na we should stay true to that. And lumalabas talaga si Pangulong Marcos ang pinaka may malaking pananagutan dito sa flood control anomalies na ito. And he has to be taken to account, held to account. Just as si Sara Duterte was held to account over her confidential and intelligence funds.
Not yet, ha? Not yet. Okay. Anyway, Teddy.
Well, she was last year, kaya lang
Oo.
na
Na Jesus
na-forfeit.
Escudero.
Na-forfeit tayo eh.